aggressive and intuitive take on these metas, not to mention a very creative and very different take from some of the other global regions, has been one of my favorite things to keep an eye on and consume and regurgitate to the fans.
You never quite know what to expect. There's always going to be some crazy strats and compositions coming out, and in my opinion, it's the most fun region to watch right now.
The sheer amount of talent and untapped potential in the region was awesome.
Currently in Overwatch Contenders China, there are several players right now in that region that we could see in the Overwatch League itself in the next 2 to 3 seasons.
The aggression from the Chinese region is second to none.
Seeing unknown faces making a name for themselves outside of their competitive ladder, such as Molarun, the DPS from T1W Esports, and Gu Shui, the main tank for the Chinese Overwatch World Cup team, and the main tank for LGD Gaming.
T1W Esports Club, absolutely. I'm a sucker for great Widowmaker and Pharah play.
LGD. They started off slow, and in my opinion, they weren't necessarily a contending team early on for playoffs, but Shy and Gu Shui, they really came into their own.
It has to be Lucky Future Zenith.
Lucky Future Zenith.
They were the best team, so they brought the best Overwatch every single time.
They were dominant all season and made an incredible playoff run.
And that made it super exciting to watch them and call their matches, so I was always looking forward to their games.
Moss 7 Club.
Moss 7 Club.
Where the comp is made up and the meta doesn't matter.
I, began talking about them as this crazy creative team, and they definitely kept that same pace going, but they're actually incredibly studious and do a lot of research.
Seeing T1W versus LFZ in the semifinals,
T1W Esports versus Lucky Future Zenith in the semifinals,
and pushing them to a Game 5, which I casted.
I was lucky enough to call it with Panda, and we tried to give it as much hype as the game deserved, and I made this weird, goofy noise at the end when DM hit like his last Widow shot that was just bad.
3% now in DM.
They're already short. Hey, DM, another one. DM not going to be denied here. Milan able to get lucid, but the overtime.
When T1W Esports Club won Iconfold off Lucky Future Zenith, Lucky Future Zenith hadn't lost a map before that point, and it proved that they weren't immortal. They could actually be defeated.
Moss 7 Club's Bastion A attack on Volskaya.
Moss 7 Club's Bastion rollout on Volskaya Industries Point A against Lucky Future.
One of the greatest reads of all time.
It's one of their biggest crowning moments, and I think that it really did highlight them.
Grand Finals, Lucky Future Zenith, LGD Gaming. It was map 2, it was Eichenwald, and LGD Gaming won it, holding LFZ. It's only halfway through the map, not even halfway through the map. It was super exciting, and at that moment, it was anyone's series.
Gu Shui for sure.
LGD Gaming's Gu Shui.
I think Silver or Erster are the two that I thought were most deserving.
Now I'm going to go against the grain here. Moss 7 Club's Vanessa.
DM.
Honestly, it's a toss-up for me. I think it could go to either Erster or DM, star DPS, and probably the two best DPS players in that region.